Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about elementary concepts of objects and classes. So first we are going to see is objects. An object is a fundamental unit of object-oriented programming. So if you take an object-oriented programming, first word what you are going to use is object. So it is a fundamental unit in object-oriented programming. Objects are categorized in two ways: real-world objects and software objects. So first what you are going to see is real world objects. A specific item that can be defined as real world object if it possesses the following features. It is visible to us, it has a definite shape and size. So you can see some examples of a tiger, a car, a cycle. So these are all real world objects, and it is visible, and also it has its own shape and size. We will take an example of a mobile phone. Each real world object has its own characteristics and behavior. So what is this characteristics? Is nothing but the dimensions of an object. So for example, you can see model, dial pad, application, height of the mobile phone, width of the mobile phone, thickness of the mobile phone, or you can say the color. All these all comes under characteristics. What is its behavior? It is used to talk, browse in the internet, used for net banking, used to play games and watch movies, listen to music. These are all some of its behaviors. So you can define a real-time object with its characteristics and behaviors. Now we come to the software object, where whatever you create in an Java program, okay, you call it as software object. You can see the difference between real world object and software object. Left hand side you can see real world object. So you can see it has two components, characteristics and behavior. Right hand side, the same thing is being defined in its technical terms. So here in software object, the characteristics are being defined as data members and behaviors are defined as its functions. So you can see a comparative study of both. Left hand side you can see real world object. For example, a book. It has its characteristics like chapters, pages and topics, and some of the behaviors like it is used to read, it is used to prepare notes. Now in contrast, you can see in right hand side a software object has been taken. An example of a student. The data members of a student class will be name, subject and marks. Same way the functions will be accept the data or display the data. Now we are going to see what is message passing. An object can pass information to another object. We call it as message passing. So in this you can see data and function for in each boxes. So each box is nothing but an object. So from each object you can communicate to another object through its functions. So only the functions can communicate through the objects and not by the data. Next topic you are going to see is class. The characteristics and behavior are embedded in an object with the help of a class. What is embedded? That means a class is a container which has a collection of objects. So all the characteristics and behavior of an object is all collected into a single class. A class is a blueprint or a template for its object. So you can say a class is a blueprint. That means it will have a structure, okay, where you can use the object in that. Say you can see an example of a basket of fruits. So on the whole you call it as fruits, but it has the fruits like banana, grapes, apple, pineapple, orange, all that. Okay, so each and every fruit is an object, and that collection of that basket you call it as class. How to create an object in a class? So object is also called an instance of a class. So what is this instance? Instance is nothing but an example. So you can say object is an example for a class. Okay, creating an object of a class is called instantiation. So the process of creating an object, you call it as instantiation. Now we will see the syntax of creating an object. You will have a class name, then you will have an object name, then you will have an equal to sign, then you will have a new operator, and then you will have a class name again, and then open and close parenthesis, semicolon. Example for this is fruits, apple equal to new fruits. So fruits, in this case, it is a class name, and apple is a object name, new is a keyword, and then again fruits and open and close bracket. Again you are going to see an object called banana. So this is how you are going to create an object of an real world. Now what is this new operator? A keyword new is used to allocate space in a dynamic memory for the storage of data and function belonging to that object. So what is the dynamic memory? Because each and every object is it has its own data members, and each and every data member has its own storage capacity. So it changes. It changes depends upon the object. So that's why you call it as it is a dynamic memory. Okay. So this new operator will allot space for each and every object belonging to the class. Now we will see a software class and its objects. So how to create a software class? It has a keyword called class. You can see an example of an employee. Okay, class employee, then open curly braces, then you have some data members. Some of the data members are name, department, salary, and some data member methods like accept data and display data. Then you are going to close the class. So this is how you are going to declare a class with data members and member function. So how to access it through an object? So right hand side you can see you have created 3 objects, staff 1, staff 2 and staff 3, which belongs to employee. So if you create employee staff 1, it has its own name, department, salary as data members, accept data and display data as member methods. So automatically this set of members will be defined for staff 1. Same again, second staff 2 is been created. Same set of data members and member method is used separately for staff 2. And again staff 3 will be created with the set of data members and member methods. So what is the difference between a class and object? So class, it is a representation of an abstraction only. So what is this abstraction? Abstraction is nothing but a structure. Okay, it is just a structure, it doesn't have anything. Okay, object is a real and unique entity having some characteristics and behavior. So object is a real and unique entity which adds its own characteristics and behavior based on the class. Class, it is an object producer, and hence you call a blueprint for a set of objects. So why you call class as a blueprint? Because it has its own structure. Based on the structure, every time the object will be created. Same like that. You would have seen the previous example of staff, where the class name is employee. Each and every staff has its own data, but it follows the same structure of what is defined in a class. Here in right hand side you can see it is created with the help of new operator. So each and every object is created with the help of a new operator. And the last point, it is known as an object factory. Why it is known as an object factory? Because class can produce more and more data, more and more objects which has its own characteristics and behavior. So you can call this class, it's a container which has lot and lot of objects. So it is called as an object factory. In other hand, you can see object is an instance of a class. Why it is called as an instance of the classes? You can see that it is just an example for each and every object is an example of a class. So based on the structure of the class, you can create many objects which uses the same data members and member methods for how many number of objects you are creating. So you call it as an instance of a class. And thank you for viewing this video. Hope you can go through the textbooks for other details. We'll catch you in the next video. Thank you.